And I suspect, like Warren Buffett says, that time spent trying to forecast markets with as many variables as there are is trying to know the unknowable. I think that what your listeners would be better advised doing is to get their own house in order fiscally. The idea that we're going to get the American house in order fiscally seems to be a non-starter. So my suspicion is that investors must acknowledge the fact that the political class doesn't have their interests at hand, and organize their own lives in a way that they can defend themselves as well as possible, given the circumstance that faces us.
Hello guys, and welcome to another video of Crypto Money Talk. Here we are back again with another piece of news from another billionaire investor, Rick Rule. You all heard of him, that he believes a similar crash to 2008 is going to happen very soon. And it can be even greater than that. So you must get your house in order. That's a pretty crazy warning from such a popular investor, but most of you may not know who he is. So let's find out that before moving towards the latest news and asking him more questions. Rick Rule is the president and CEO of Sprott US Holdings Inc. Rule, a very well-known and experienced investor who specializes in the natural resource sectors, on Real Vision, Rule frequently speaks about the precious metals market, particularly gold. Since the beginning of his career in the securities industry in 1974, Rick Rule has focused mostly on investments in natural resource security. He has financed countless exploration and mining companies throughout his 45-year career and is a brilliant analyst and extremely successful resource sector investor. Now that you know who he is, let's move on to the market news before asking Rick more questions. The most recent cryptocurrency news is that MicroStrategy, a business intelligence and technology company that currently maintains the largest Bitcoin reserve in the world, is seeking a Bitcoin lighting software engineer to build a platform for software as a service based on the Lightning Network. According to a job advertisement on the MicroStrategy website, the new engineer will be in charge of developing a Lightning Network-based platform to handle enterprise cybersecurity issues and enable new e-commerce use cases. The applicant should possess an adversarial mindset, credentials, expertise with decentralized finance systems, and an understanding of tools and programming languages. Let us also clarify that if you guys don't know what Lightning Network is, the Lightning Network is a Bitcoin Layer 2 protocol designed to raise payment, throughput, and lower transaction fees. It has been making slow progress in facilitating peer-to-peer transactions since it debuted in 2018. Furthermore, billionaire hedge fund manager Stanley Druckenmiller claims that cryptocurrency is gaining popularity as more people lose faith in central banks. Considering the recent state of the global economy, in which the world is battling both inflation and recession, Druckenmiller is optimistic about the return of cryptocurrency. In a recent interview with CNBC, Druckenmiller questioned the US Federal Reserve's unconventional monetary policies. Furthermore, according to Druckenmiller, recent Federal Reserve activities set off the largest asset bubble in history. He also cautioned the economic catastrophe would typically occur after such bubbles. The Fed, on the other hand, downplayed inflation rates concerned at the time, stating that it wasn't part of their mandate. And that was all about the market news now. Coming back to ask questions to Rick. Rick, you know there is a huge debate right now in every market about fiat versus crypto. So what do you think about fiat currencies?
That I said that while cash imposes immediate pain, in the sense that the deposit interest rates that you get paid guarantee you a loss after inflation, you have to have cash anyway, because in a period of declining liquidity, particularly if we have a replay of 2008, the cash will give you the tools and perhaps the courage to take advantage of a situation rather than being taken advantage of. It is true that you are, after inflation, losing 4 or 5% of your purchasing power holding cash. But I have two observations. That negative interest rate that you suffer is really an option premium to allow you the liquidity to take advantage of the illiquidity of others. And as we have seen in 2022, losing 5% beats the hell out of losing 20% in other asset classes. So I continue to say that investors, despite the pain, must continue to be liquid.
So, Rick, what do you think of the markets? Is this the bottom, or we're going more down? And if yes, then how to survive it?
This doesn't feel dramatic to me. People are angry, people are hurt, people are confused. People are not terrified. I remember 2008 very, very, very well. I remember that members of the public, not just the chattering classes, were concerned about the total breakdown of financial markets in the United States. People were worried about bail-ins. They were worried about their savings being confiscated by the Fed to salvage the banking system. I don't see that level of fear yet. In 2008, we watched major markets go no bid. Right now, we're just seeing markets go lower. I'm not trying to say that we are going into a period of full-blown panic. What I am trying to say is that investors need to be defensive, both with regards to their portfolios, but probably particularly with regards to their psyches. You are going to continue to experience lots of volatility. And if you have a strong psychological framework in your investments, you are more often than not able to take advantage of volatility as opposed to being taken advantage of by markets.
And finally, Rick, what advice will you give to the people who want to be investors, or let's say who want to be successful investors? And don't forget to mention the things you always keep in your portfolio.
Control what you can control. The biggest risk for you, for your viewers, is conveniently located to the left of their right ear and to the right of their left ear. Exercise common sense. Buy high-quality companies that generate lots of free cash and have decent balance sheets. Own whatever type of liquidity appeals to you. Live within your means. Buy a piece of real estate, not because real estate always rises. Buy a piece of real estate because you expect the rents to rise and you expect your return on capital employed to increase while your cost of capital decreases. If it doesn't, don't buy it. Investing is largely about discipline and common sense. And any of your listeners whose fear causes them to go into a cocoon, which is to say to do nothing, not to take control of their financial future, will certainly lose.
So that was all about what Rick Rule believes about financial markets, along with discussing what is happening around the market. So what do you guys think of all this? And now if you liked this video and found it helpful, then give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching Crypto Money Talk. See you later in the following video. Until then, goodbye.